power, hypertrophy, upper, lower. These are all the essential building blocks of getting strong. But is full the absolute best workout split for you to get as swole as possible? We're gonna find out, and we're gonna start right now. What does a full training program actually look like? So let's look at that power upper body day. That's going to be a bench press or an incline. And typically we're gonna do a lot fewer reps with a little bit more sets, okay? But we're really gonna be focusing on just power-based aspect around that upper body strength. Then we're gonna get into the lower body portion, okay? So that next day would be lower body power, okay? That might be deadlifts or back squats. And again, you might do fewer reps, trying to push that weight a little bit more so we can develop power for the legs. Now, that upper body hypertrophy day is gonna be focusing on just trying to get as much size in those muscles in the upper body, obviously. So we might do something like dumbbell incline bench, lat pull down, something like that. And what we're gonna look at is moderate rep schemes, okay? Let's say 3 sets of 12. Maybe 4 sets at the max, but mostly what we see is typically in the full system. You're gonna be doing 3 sets, 10, 12, maybe 15 total reps. I just wanna get more workout in so I'm not lying to my Apple Watch. Now that hypertrophy leg day, that's gonna be doing something like leg extensions or lunges, and maybe you're doing 3 sets at moderate weight. So 70, 75% of your max with moderate rep schemes. So 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 12. That's typically what we're gonna look at with full power, hypertrophy, upper, lower. And if you guys wanna look good during your full workout, make sure that you like, you subscribe, and you comment down below so that you're eligible to win this sweet Swole t-shirt for free. To claim this prize, you can show up at our YouTube Live Tuesday and find out if you're the winner. Now, back to the full workout. Ah, my quads. So the full workout has led to improvements in bodybuilding splits, in powerlifting splits. And strength training is always globally trending in this forward manner. It's always working towards a more progressive or thoughtful approach to optimize our training. But we want to take it even further. To become an elite version of yourself, full-based training can only get you so far. So what does full get right? If we look at it, it's basically a very simple 4-day split. And one of the best parts is that from the first day of your upper body or the first day of your legs, you're gonna get about 72 hours of recovery. It's very simple and it's very similar to a conjugate method or even just an upper lower bodybuilding split. Thinking along those lines, they use compound movements. We know compound movements are absolutely key to getting as swole as possible. We also know compound movements are great for increasing muscle mass and strength. Finally, if we look at the muscle groups, they're training every single muscle group accordingly over that long time frame of a week. So you're gonna get hit with the chest, you're gonna get hit with the back, you're gonna get hit with the quads, posterior chain. Everything's getting targeted. But what could be improved in the full system that isn't happening currently? What is full missing? And I think the first thing that I thought about was, what about athleticism? What about being explosive? What about neural coordination? There's not a lot of movements that are gonna help with being really twitchy. I also don't really like having the upper body workout go first. Classically, in our training system, I would prefer to have that lower body be first and then the upper body happen second. And so what can we do? Is there another option that we can take full and just keep making that progress so we can take full to the next level? And that's what we're gonna go into next. We're gonna give you the best options and corrections to make that full workout a full workout on steroids, otherwise known as Lulu. So when we're talking about Lulu, we're gonna look at a few differences. First, Lulu is broken up into a lower power day. Then we're gonna get into an upper power day. Then we're gonna get into a leg impulse day. And then we're gonna get into another upper body day that's gonna focus more on hypertrophy. If you wanna add in a 5th day, you can do something like an athlete day or a cardio day or a hypertrophy day for your total body, something along those lines, maybe even some abs. We are also going to see movements that are a little bit different. So we're gonna actually use something like a technical coordination movement. We're gonna use something like a power snatch or a power clean. We're even gonna use different variations to absolute strength exercises like a single leg squat. And that's gonna help us increase our rate of coordination so that we can maintain elasticity, be a good athlete, and then also increase muscle mass long term. And I also believe that when you do a leg day first, let's say we do heavy cleans or heavy power snatches or even just trap bar jumps, then you follow that up with a big squat and then maybe a little bit more of lunges or reverse hyper or something like that. The next day, you're gonna have a little bit of a carryover of your overall awareness, and then that's gonna help you produce more power during that upper body power day. So that's another big difference. We wanna increase that global innervation and have a latent aspect that carries over to day 2. And this is the exact same system that we use inside of our app, Peak Strength, that'll build a program based off of your specific needs and your specific goals. And inside of Lulu, we're gonna do technical coordination movements like a hang power snatch. Boo! Different variations of compound lifts can actually keep the body adapting longer term. It's also gonna keep people a little bit more interested in their overall workout, and in turn, it will improve a deadlift or a traditional back squat or a traditional bench press. We're also gonna add more volume, and when we add volume, tonnage is also gonna go up. When tonnage goes up, we see an improvement in mechanical tension, and that's gonna lead to one of the key mechanisms behind gaining size and gaining strength. So if we have a little bit more volume, we have more tonnage, we have more tonnage, we have more mechanical tension. If we have more mechanical tension, we also have more strength and size. We're gonna see an increase in intensity. And intensity as far as 1, we're gonna go a little bit heavier. 2, we're gonna do more ballistic movements. We're gonna do movements that require faster rates of coordination. We're gonna help the athlete get a little bit more athletic and a little bit more coordinated and have greater neural drive. When that happens, we can recruit a little bit more effectively, and in turn, that's gonna lead to greater muscle mass development. And we're also gonna do exercises that are really gonna benefit the trunk. We wanna focus on dynamic trunk control. And this is a principle, this is an idea that if we can master as athletes at a younger age, as we age and get older, when we're 45, 50, 55, 60, now we have that trunk base. We understand how to coordinate our hips with our abs, with our lower back, with our upper back even, and that in turn leads to just better human performance based off of longevity. And inside of our app, Peak Strength, we're gonna help you determine those weights. We're gonna help determine the reps and sets. And remember, those reps and sets play a very, very pivotal role in increasing your overall tonnage. In those absolute strength movements, we'll use rep modulators more frequently. So you could do a pause back squat or a pause front squat, or even a double bounce back squat, double bounce front squat. These are all different things that we'll use to improve your overall strength and continue those adaptations. When we're using accessories are typically going to be, for the most part, isolation exercises. We can use a large amount of volume. Let's say 3 sets of 17 to 4 sets of 25, and we're doing something like a leg curl or a bicep curl, or even just doing a seated row. That extra volume though, over a long period of time, can really help develop the overall structural integrity of every individual. So if you guys need help with your overall programming, you can head over to peakstrength.app, the Google Play Store, the Apple iOS Store, and you can download Peak Strength today for 7 free days of training. And during those 7 free days, you can cancel at any time, but the worst thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna get 5 free workouts. At some point, freaks, you guys have to begin your journey to attain peak strength. Now, what's another downside behind full-based training? And the next aspect is all going to be based around volume. When we look at what science is telling us, the optimal rep range is typically going to be doing 18 reps per specific area in a workout. And inside of a full workout, if we're just doing 3 sets of 5, that's a little bit short of where we need to be to achieve that badassery. Discomfort is the name of the game. At some point, we will have to do some type of training where we're gonna get a little bit sore, we're gonna have a little bit of fatigue, but ultimately, that's gonna lead to really good adaptations. So at the edge of comfort is where growth occurs. That's where growth and swollenness lives. If we're only doing 3 sets of 5, we're gonna still be in that comfort zone. Inside of the Peak Strength training system, where we do utilize that Lulu setup, we're typically gonna see doing 3 sets of 5 where we might start at 77% and then 80% on the second set of 5, and then maybe push to 82 or 83% on that third set of 5, and then we're gonna backdoor you with some type of crazy potentiation drop sets. So we might do an extra 2 sets of 9 or an extra 2 sets of 12 to just improve and imprint those newfound strength gains. And that's where we're gonna go next. We're gonna give you the best rep ranges that you can use to improve that full system and transition into that Lulu system. So if we're gonna add more reps, and we're gonna add more sets, we're gonna add more volume, and now we're gonna give you a couple different unique methods to use at different periods. And inside of these rep schemes, we'll specify, are we gonna focus on intensity or are we gonna be focusing more on volume? And that first option might be doing a set of 7, a set of 5, a set of 3, and then repeating a set of 7, a set of 5, a set of 3. So we might do a bench press for 7, then a bench press for 5, then a bench press for a set of 3, and then on that back end of the wave, we're gonna try and hit that set of 7 at the weight that we did for the set of 5. We're gonna hit that second set of 5 at the weight that we did a triple, and then we're gonna try and push to a really heavy triple. But those 6 sets will really develop a large amount of strength over time. That will take us into another unique method, okay? And if we're using those technical coordination movements, we could do 12 singles on the minute. If we're doing a hang power snatch or a 1 box clean or something like that, we can use 12 singles on the minute. We can start a clock, we hit a heavy single, let's say it's 75 to 80%, we drop it, we rest for 60 seconds, and then we do another single. And we can just slowly build up over time. But what happens is our nervous system starts to wake up over 4, 5, 6 sets. And we start to really move really heavy weight. Now, those 12 reps will be under the 15 reps that I had specified, but when we're doing a technical coordination movement at a higher speed, at a more ballistic movement, we're gonna light up our nervous system and then backdoor that nervous system awakening with a heavier absolute strength exercise like a back squat or a front squat. The next rep range that we could get into would be more high volume again. So if we're doing 6 sets of 4 or even 6 sets of 6, those are 2 phenomenal rep ranges. We're gonna use these reps in sets when we're doing, again, an absolute strength exercise. And this is gonna be quite a bit more volume than if we were just doing those 3 sets of 5. This is still gonna be on that leg power day or upper body power day. The next rep and set range that we're gonna use is gonna be taking advantage of potentiated volume. Let's say we're doing something like a dumbbell bench and we wanna work to a heavy set of 4. Then that next set, we wanna do like a heavy set of 9. And then the next set, we're gonna stick with that weight that we did for 9 and try to push as many reps as possible. So we get potentiated by ramping up over time. We want to push some really heavy weight on that set of 4, and then we take advantage of those high threshold motor units and we imprint them long term with that drop set of 9 or with that drop set to failure. So those are a couple different unique methods and rep ranges that you can use to optimize your full workout, or if you're transitioning to Lulu. So is full the absolute greatest training split? No, but it's not terrible. And I think a lot of beginners could get into strength-based training and use full. I also think that when you're going from a really heavy, intense system and you need a little bit of time, you need a little bit of a deload, you could use full-based training very simply and just follow that for about 2 weeks. And I think that that's really simple stuff that you can do. Also, if you're out of shape and you want to get back into shape, I think introducing yourself through full-based training is perfectly fine. But ultimately, everyone should go to peakstrength.app, the Google Play Store, the Apple iOS Store, and download Peak Strength today for those 7 free days of training. And during those 7 free days, you can cancel at any time. The worst thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna get 5 free workouts to get as swole as possible. Because remember, freaks, if you guys wanna become a champion, you've always gotta cultivate your power. Peace.